This podcast is best listened to with headphones.
You don't want to go in there all by yourself, do you?
C.s.w. presents Incarnation Red.
Episode 13. Silence. She's gone now. I mean, she was gone a while ago, but she's in the ground now. Or somewhere else. I mean, that's what they said at the service several times. But she's in the ground now, and I'm home. My wife was ill. Cancer, inoperable. Now she's dead, and I live alone. Alone in a house closer to the edge of town, farther from the shops and schools, but closer to the job she worked in the next town over. There's not much around me. Woods surround the property. A somewhat tucked away country road lies at the end of the driveway. And just me. I close my eyes. It's morning now, and I've just taken a shower. I'm sitting in the bathtub. I've just taken a shower, and the house is quiet now. It's nighttime now. I'm taking the trash out. I turn around, head back towards the house. I left the lights on so I could see my way back. I could see the rooms inside. And it's morning. Or it has been. I was awake before the alarm clock sounded. I get up, go out into the living room in the clothes I was already wearing. I pour myself a glass of water from the tap. It's colder than normal. It feels colder. It's nighttime, and I'm going for a walk in the woods that surround the house. Just thought I'd get some fresh air. It's something I used to do with her quite frequently, but I suppose there's no reason not to keep doing it. And there's a lot of things I did before she died that I still do now. Watch television, eat dinner, wake up. I still do those things. Though I don't know why. I'm headed back to the house now. It's in view before I know it, literally. The lights in the house are off. I thought I had left them on. I squint through the darkness. Sometimes I see things that just can't be real. The lights are on now. I take off my shoes and head to bed. It's morning again, and I'm lying on the floor, doing nothing. I'm on bereavement leave from work, for what reason I don't know. It's not like it's doing me any favors. It's not like I'm taking the leave time to go out, make myself feel better somehow, or do something really useful with my time. I'm just laying here, on the hardwood floor, staring at the circular patterns in the wood staring back at me. They look like faces, some of them. Gives me someone to talk to, I suppose. I look into two swirling wooden eyes. Tell them about the weather, about my walk in the woods. Tell them about my leave from work and the boredom it's wreaked on me. I explain to them why the house is emptier than before, why there's fewer feet stepping on them now. They offer their sympathies. They seem sad about the decreased usage they're receiving. I tell them I could get a house cat or something to fix that for them. They say there's lots of things I could do. It's nighttime now. I'm taking the trash out. Before I reach the dumpster, I turn around and look back into the house window. The lights are on and there's nobody inside the house. I turn back around and make my way to the dumpster, heave it in. I've woken in the middle of the night. I reach for the space under the covers, but there is no one there. I can't go back to sleep and I don't want to. So I stand up out of bed and head for the coat closet. I'm already dressed, so I slip on a jacket and my shoes, then head to the front door, turning on the lights as I go. It's nearly 2:30 in the morning, but it doesn't matter. There's nobody to keep awake by leaving them on. I open the door and step out. It's very dark, but I keep walking anyway. I can barely see, but it doesn't make much of a difference what happens to me. I wouldn't have even considered walking this late before she died, but then I suppose this is something new that I do. Really the only new thing that I do. It makes me wonder what other new things I'm supposed to be doing. Makes me wonder what things I want to do at all. I can't think of any, but then I remember what I want to do. The only thing I want to do. But I can't do that anymore. So instead I'm walking in the woods at 2 in the morning, trying to think of other things to do. Looking at each trunk I pass as if it would offer an answer. But I can barely see them. If they had an answer, I wouldn't be able to see what it was, but maybe I could hear it. Maybe I could hear their answer. I stand still, look at the trunks, try to listen. I am on a walk in the woods. The same woods I used to walk in with her. It's something I used to do, and still do, just like so many other things, but should I stop doing them? And if I did, what would I do instead? I look at my hand. This hand that has nothing to hold. I'm back home now. The sun is almost risen. I'm lying on the hardwood floor again, still wondering. So I look down and ask the wooden faces about it. Ask them what I should do if I can't do the thing I want to do, and I shouldn't do the things I used to do. They answer me in detail, looking back at me with their swirling eyes. Their jagged mouths open and close, shape out each syllable, as they tell me about my hand. The hand that held her hand when she died. I look at it again, study its shape, as the wooden faces in the floor tell me about time. Tell me about what was before, and what is now. And the gap between before and now, what is in that gap? Nothing. There is nothing in it. That's why it's a gap. And with that gap there, before and now are two halves of what was once one thing, and separated. They can't be what they're meant to be. That gap has to be closed. And it's my responsibility to close it. They keep talking, saying a lot of things I can't quite make out, but I do hear them. But I'm too busy staring at my hand until I fall asleep. I'm in the shower now. I woke up on the floor of my living room. I'm aching, but I don't feel it. Once I'm dry, I walk out into the bedroom. Go to the closet. Get dressed. While I'm in there, I see a book. It's familiar to me, but I have not seen it in a long time. Not since I put it there, as if to hide it. It's her diary. I pull it off the top shelf of the closet, where I had put it. Step over to the bed. Open it. I would never read it, of course. I just like to look at her handwriting. She wrote in this every day. Every day until her last day. It's about 2/3 into the book when the pages go blank. Just after her last entry, written on the day before she died. So this first blank page, really all these blank pages, are the entry of her death. The absence of her recorded life. That's what these pages are. I close the book, put it back on the closet shelf. I walk out of the bedroom, into the living room. Into the living room, I sit on the couch. Try to think of what to do now. I don't know what else to do, so I've got to think of something. I could do something I used to do, or something new that I didn't used to do, but never the thing that I want to do, so... I stare at my hand. I just stare at my hand. Stare at my goddamn hand. Hold it in front of my face. Study its shape. Its fingers. The lines thinly drawn upon the palm. My left hand. The one with my ring on it. The one that held hers. I can't see the wooden faces, but I can hear them talking to me again, telling me there's lots of things I could do. Would I like to know a few? I tell them yes. They say I could close the gap between before and now. I could close it. I have to close it. It's my responsibility. And it won't be easy, but it's what is meant to be done. And surely I must know that. Why else would I be so conflicted, so unable to do anything that I did before, so desperate for something to do because deep down I know what I must do. And when I'm not doing it, it goes against my own conscience, and that's proof that it needs done. So I ask them what I need to do. They tell me to lower my hand. And when I do, a very large kitchen knife is sitting on the coffee table. And then they tell me what to do, what to get, how to do it, and just It's nighttime now. taking the trash out. I'm t- I, I'm taking the... Before I reach the dumpster, I turn around and look back into the house window. She's not inside. She's not inside. She's gone. She's gone now. Now she's dead and I live alone. I'm all alone. I'm sitting on the living room floor. I don't look down. I don't want to talk to the wooden faces. So I look everywhere else but there. The couch, the staircase, the kitchen, the dining room. That's everywhere I can look. So I look at them again. The couch, the staircase, the kitchen, the dining room. I look at them all again, and again. But the couch is empty. There's nobody on the staircase. There's nobody in the kitchen. Nobody is sitting at the dining room table, waiting for me, pouring us wine, singing softly to herself in the silence. I look down, ask the wooden faces to walk me through it one more time. I'm going for a walk in the woods that surround the house, and I'm holding a jar that has holes in the lid. Inside are fireflies. All around me are fireflies. I'm catching them because they were her favorite. Or so I'm told. That's what the trees tell me. Glancing at them as I pass by, their swirling wooden eyes and broken mouths of bark repeat this fact at me. Tell me over and over again that I need fireflies. I need a whole jar of fireflies. So once my jar is the fullest it can be, I head back toward the house. I've got everything I needed. I've turned out all the lights. And I know what to do. I finally know what to do. I opened my jar, let all the fireflies free. They spread through the dark room, glittering. I open her diary and pull at the blank pages, tearing them out, forcing them off the spine. I place them on the floor just in front of me. I carefully remove my wedding ring, slowly. Place it next to me, out of the way. I place my left hand on top of the pages. Lift the kitchen knife. I open the matchbox. Strike a match. And I bring it to the pages. And the paper burns so easily. And the hand burns so easily. Like it was all just waiting for it. The flames reach high, higher than is natural. And then... silence. The flames are out. The fireflies are gone. Silence. I reach over with my remaining hand, fetch up the burnt paper and flesh, pick it up. I'm taking the trash out. Before I reach the dumpster, I turn around and look back into the house window.